I have no respect for corporate anymore. I don't. I've really tried to look at it from their. No, I have no respect for them, and that's really sad because, there was a time I did, but there's such their moral bankruptcy is at a level I've never seen. And the fact that corporate, and I'm particularly talking about healthcare when I mention corporate, is in with the government and this surveillance shit that has been happening to American citizens for decades now. And that's a disgrace. And yet, so here's the thing, I know how Trump has said, no, if you throw a bunch of taxes on the rich, they're just going to move their companies. And part of me feels like, then let them fucking move their companies. But I understand I understand what he's trying to bring that business back. So I understand what he's trying to do. The thing is that what these people have done, like this pass that we give everybody, like that, well, they're being pressured by the government. Okay, well, so you just give in? I mean, the very fact that then I'm supposed to be, oh, poor Mark Zuckerberg, oh, the government was pressuring him to, curtail a certain speech during the 2020 election, and I'm supposed to feel bad? No, you have no backbone. You have no strength to stand up against a tyrannical government, and yet the fallback is well, they were going to do this and they were going to do that, and it's like, what? Do you stop and think that if you really cared and you go along with that, it will only get worse? And that's what I've seen happen in my own profession. It's left me crying at times because it's like, you people are so morally bankrupt. Like today I get an email from, and HRs know better. Like it's not like HR is ever working for you. They're working for the moral bankruptcy. But from the head of HR saying, doing some audit, and that two of my references never got back to them, and I need to do something about that. And I thought, no, that's your fucking problem. Then, well, then you need to get in a couple more. And it's like, what? So because you didn't do your job a year ago when I started? There's never any accountability by these people. So that's my issue, is that you're dealing with people that have no moral value system in them. Like, I understand everybody sells out sometimes for money. You need the paycheck, you have a family, I get it. But when you do it over and over and over and over again, it just shows that you are an ugly person. And the people running healthcare, they're ugly people. But this surveillance stuff, it goes against everything. And that's, I guess, what bothers me too, is because I love America, and you're supposed to feel, I'm not going to feel bad for loving America. I was brought up on these beliefs that apparently don't mean anything to anybody, certainly don't mean shit to corporate. I mean, corporate is so greed-filled, it's so gluttonous with their need for more money, okay? They just admit anybody for any reason. They put people in danger, they put staff in danger, they put patients in danger, then they surveil you and they set you up and they do all sorts of shit, and none of that is a conspiracy theory. It's what they do. So part of me feels like, let them move them out of here. Who wants that shit in America? These are the people that benefited off of our free enterprise system and then turned it into a crony capitalist system. Because then they got in bed with the government. I mean, how morally bankrupt can you be as a human being? That you put your money and your wallet before the very values of this country. See, it gets me so upset. All of these people that have been surveilling American citizens, and this Harvard's written about this, Stanford, I mean, every university's written about it. If you want to be, some leftist that doesn't want to believe that, well, then you really don't pay attention to those higher educated people that have written about it. It's been going on forever. Come on, Edward Snowden, NSA, I mean that. In fact, people should go watch this. It came out 12 days ago. Secrets of the United States Surveillance Industry. Yeah, you can find it for free on YouTube, on Moconomy channel. But this is the title. If you look the title up, you'll find it. Came out 12 days ago. It's like hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. And it's just, it makes you sick to your stomach. It makes you sick to your, people that are, have looked into this, you already know about it. But listening to this and corporates, I mean, yeah, it's NSA and it's the intelligence agencies, it's the government, and then we have, the damn politicians that keep funding it. But then it is the corporate world too. And it's like there's so many people that just didn't care about the Constitution. And I guess, okay, putting the Constitution aside, didn't care about how they treat other people. Don't care. I mean, I work for an organization, and believe me, I've tried to go somewhere else, but because everything is all interconnected now, because that's what globalism wanted to do, it's a way to, control your behavior so you don't speak up. So see, that means I'll speak up even more. Because American Nurses Association is tied to all the travel nurse apps. So that's why I had I was doing travel for over 2 years. I loved it. And then four jobs in a row, all of a sudden, it was like if they wanted to try to bankrupt you, it was the way to do it. Because it was like, it was going to start, and then right at the last minute, no, it went on hold, happened for 4 in a row. So then I ended up having to take this job where, it's dangerous. They don't keep anybody. I mean, the very fact that they're allowed to, that no penalties come on them, and money is not a penalty to these people. It's not. People literally have been hurt at this place to where they couldn't work again, like because they've had an injury that, middle-aged person couldn't work anymore after being attacked in the gym by patients. So I mean, because they don't. The other problem is they admit the criminals instead of put the criminals in jail. They can get mental health treatment there. But no, it's sickening. It's sickening, these people. So I don't have respect for corporate, because everything they do is immoral. And there's so many people that go along with them. I mean, this goes into talking about how they get, whistleblowers. They went after whistleblowers that were trying to expose the NSA and all this stuff, and they ended up, having to face all these, false accusation charges. Now, I know what that's about on a small scale. But I mean, so it's like, what point is it to be a whistleblower? That's what I mean, what I've said in my other videos, that to do the right thing in this world, you will be targeted for doing it. You will be. Healthcare corporate is all about making sure they hire people. I'm saying not everybody, okay? But what they look for is if you're a liar, if you're a nurse that doesn't have a degree and they hire you, okay? And clearly they do. I mean, HR calling me a year after being there and wants to blame me because 2 of the references didn't get back to them. But this is the same HR that hired a nurse, never even looked up. It's easy to find out if a nurse has a license, but found out, like months later after she had been working with patients. No, so they let her go clearly, and then hired her back after she got her license, even though she lied. Because that's what they look for, because the corporate is liars. So they want liars, because then that'll be people that'll lie for them. And it's amazing how their cameras, they broke during a major big incident. Yeah, where there's evidence. It's so sickening. I just don't have any respect for any corporate anymore. They're bad people. something major has to be done.